If you're seeing this video, that means the first video was a success, and now we're on to the second one.
Yeah.
You know, it's parents' evening. We've done Manchester United. Now it's Arsenal's turn.
Yeah.
Let's find out the grade you want to give my beloved club Hearts.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Do you know, just before we carry on,
let's go.
Yeah. You know, just quick overall, yeah. I feel like you lot are top set in school. United, yeah. We're bottom. We're bottom set.
Extra support. Extra 30 minutes in the exam.
Booster lesson, blue booster classes.
Half-term lessons. You're going in on Saturdays.
So we are bottom set, but moving into middle set at the moment. We're close to middle set.
Your predictor grades may allow you.
Middle set, yeah. We'll do the higher paper at the moment. We're remember predicted B for us.
Yeah.
So we're doing they've allowed us to do the higher paper.
With Arsenal, it's a complicated one. And it's not as black and white as it should be at this stage of the season. I initially, after the summer, after our transfer window, going into the transfer window, I thought Arsenal were in a stage where we're going to add to the squad, but most importantly, the first 11.
Yeah.
Because more often than not, we've signed decent enough squad players, but it's the impact players we need in crucial big matches to have make the difference. So we saw that with the signing of Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Phenomenal signing. Arguably goes down in one of the greatest Arsenal signings in modern time.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's taken the league and Arsenal fans by storm.
Yeah.
Yes, we knew he was quality. Yes, we knew he had the capabilities to become world class. I just didn't know this world class ability was 2 games into an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah.
He looks like one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
I would say he's just below Rodri in that bracket with a couple of his centimeters. Bellingham's clear of him. I agree with that. Different roles. Different roles.
Yeah.
What we need from Declan Rice, he is the white Patrick Vieira. He is that man that we've missed for so long. And the problem is, we needed a guy that could be that rock in the middle of the park, but also distribute play. Take away the pressure away from Odegaard. So that signing was immense for us. And I love the signing of Declan Rice.
I'm not gonna lie, I'll be the big fan of him as well.
Huge fan.
I'm not gonna lie. At first I wanted him to fail just because, my hatred towards Arsenal.
But as a football lover,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He's how many times have I spoke highly of him as well?
I'll give you that. You don't like Arsenal, so you need to speak highly of him.
Over and over again, bro.
Yeah. And the thing is with Arsenal is, we added that Declan Rice piece. Amazing. Fantastic. If you add that to the team of last year, including Granit Xhaka, for example,
you're flying.
You are flying. But the issue was now, we got rid of Granit Xhaka, and that 8 role was pivotal because even with Xhaka in there last season, that was our free role almost. Because now Zinchenko came in as the inverted left back, we had an extra slot in the middle of the park for someone to bomb on. Are you about to fart?
No. What the hell?
I thought you were about to fart. Anyway, so with that in mind, it was, okay, we have that free reign, that play in the middle, that has the free reign to do what he wants. Granit Xhaka did well, but to an extent. And we saw his capabilities. We saw his flaws in that position. He couldn't excel to take us to the next level. And I'm not saying it wasn't fault we didn't win the league, but we need a player in that position that could propel us to the next stage. I'm not speaking for all Arsenal fans, but I don't think anyone expected that player to propel us to the next level to be Kai Havertz. And from the jump, as soon as it was linked with us being rumoured to him, everyone is up in arms. What are we doing? What are we thinking? But at this time of the season and this time of the process of Arteta, I back my manager with what he believes in, who he wants to sign, what players he wants to bring in.
Signing so far, I've done well. Yeah.
There's been a few exceptions, but when there is not everything's going to hit.
Of course.
He's not a wizard.
Of course.
Hopefully he will be though. Anyway, so when Kai Havertz came in, there wasn't much expectation around him. The signing itself was done in, I think it was Jorginho's wedding. It was very low key. It was, here's your shirt, welcome to the club. There wasn't a lot of commotion around it because Arsenal were anticipating, the fans were anticipating Declan Rice. And
so we
were anticipating the big signings. I remember at the time, daily, I'm talking to you about it. When's Declan coming? I'm scared, Sahib. And even when Man City got involved, I thought, okay, this is it. We've lost Declan Rice. But it seems we got it over the line. But with the Kai Havertz signing, it's so far, I don't want to make him the scapegoat, but he is a big reason to why we are not looking as fluid as we were last season.
Are you forcing him? It feels forced right now.
It's what's the saying, square pegs into circles. It's not working. And the problem is, that's a pivotal part of the pitch, and you're given the free reign. So okay, great, he's doing well he's doing well off the ball. I'll give him that. But an Arsenal fan came out recently. I think it was Lee Judges. He came out on YouTube and mentioned, I'm fed up of saying Kai Havertz has done okay. And when you pay £65 million for a player, you just don't want okay performances.
No, of course.
It's not even worrying at this stage. It's alarming because that could be the difference between Arsenal winning the league and not winning the league.
Yeah.
That signing could be the difference between Arsenal top 2 and maybe 3rd, 4th. Because the league is so tight this season, a lot of teams are dropping points. We've seen Tottenham go unbeaten, now drop 2 in a row. We've seen City already lose 4 games overall in a season. Teams are dropping points. We saw City and Chelsea. Both teams look vulnerable. And the problem is, Chelsea as well included, they may not be in the title race itself, but I don't know what it is with Chelsea. Even when they're not in the title race, they have a say of who wins the title. Remember the battle of the bridge of Chelsea, Tottenham, when Hazard scored the winner? They always have a say, even when they have nothing to do with it.
Of course.
And they may have a say already because they've taken the points of Arsenal and City at home. So...
And Tottenham,
exactly. They won against Tottenham, 9 men. Just barely, though. It took them a long time, but they got the 4-1 in the end. So with Arsenal, there's a lot of less room for error. We can't... And the thing is, we're playing phenomenally well at the back. This is an Arsenal thing, which I'm very happy with. I've never seen Arsenal look so solid in defence.
Yeah, not soft anymore.
Not soft at all. Saliba,
defensive
I'm confident in my defender.
Gone up a lot. And he compliments Gabriel so much as well.
They're a match made in heaven.
Yeah, because if Gabriel played, let's say for example, if Gabriel played next to someone else, that's not Saliba. Let's say throw me out a centre back's name.
Upamecano.
Yeah, even like through Arsenal's old centre backs, when the ones that used to play for you, like Paqueta,
Socrates.
Yeah, and is Paqueta was your centre back?
Scalacci is what I'm thinking of.
No, you like the guy that ended up at Paulista.
Gabriel Paulista. Sorry, wow, that is a memory on you. Yeah, he's from Villarreal.
Yeah. So like, if Gabriel played like next to any of these, I think it would be a calamity. So, what's his name? Like, credit to Arteta, he's probably got Gabriel to a high level as well. Yeah. But then it's having him next to a calm, assured Saliba that's just complemented him so well, and he's now thriving off that as well. So. Well done him as well.
But then there's an issue because we are a lot more solid than we have ever been in recent memory. I can't remember the last time. I think I said this earlier. The most I've seen us this solid was maybe when we were back in Invincibles. Yeah. So it's been a very long time.
Yeah.
But there's a problem with that because if you were to tell me, Hassan, we are building now from last season when we mounted for a title push. Okay, so we're going to have the expansive, fluid football that we had last season, but we're also going to be defensively sound and one of the best defensive records in the league. That combination is a recipe for success, not disaster.
Yeah, 100.
However, that's not how it's turned out at the moment. We've almost sacrificed our fluidity, our explosiveness in early parts of games for that more solidness at the back. And I know Arteta does give a lot of Arsenal players a ton of instructions, and maybe it's difficult to maintain that in your mind with the concentration levels. They're still learning it themselves, as it is a new system. But I would love to see Arsenal combine that blend of both, of being solid from the back, containing teams, having that, as we spoke about with the Arsenal City game, Italia 90 mindset of you are not getting past us, we are the warriors here. This is Sparta 300 mentality. But also, when Saka and Martinelli get on the ball, I don't want to be seeing the intricate passes around the box, the dilly-dallying, the Havertz, are you going to get into the
English,
space? It's very annoying.
You're sounding very English.
Dilly-dallying.
Dilly-dallying.
It's like they pass around the box non-stop looking for the opening space, when last year, if there was even no space, Martinelli and Saka had the free reins to go. They had no fear. I'm not saying they're playing with fear this season, but it's almost as if the handbrake's on. Yeah. Similar with, I'll say, City, because you've got Doku. If you're looking at it from outside perspective, it seems Doku's been told, fly high, attack your fullback, direct at him. How Arsenal were last season with Martinelli and Saka. Yeah. When you see Grealish come on the pitch, it's a lot more methodical, a slow approach. Let's break down this team. Don't run directly at the fullback. Maybe run to the byline, cut back inside, bring it into Ake. And that seems what Arsenal are trying to do in terms of don't just run at your fullback and gung-ho. But the issue the reason why that may not be happening is, it just came to my head now, the absence of Gabriel Jesus. When you're missing Gabriel Jesus, that he's the best pressing striker probably in the league in terms of forward pressing. Before that, it was probably Bobby Firmino. There's a couple others that are coming up now. But with him, it was, and he's so technically gifted on the ball itself. He's a street footballer that he's mentioned before. When you're playing Nketiah instead, the fluidity isn't as prevalent as it was before.
He's a bit of a robot.
He is a bit of a robot. And it seems it's having a knock-on effect with the rest of the players around him. And that doesn't also, I guess when Gabriel, there's a lot of Arsenal fans were saying at the time when Havertz did sign, watch when he plays with Gabriel Jesus. They will click.
Who?
Havertz and Gabriel Jesus together. But we haven't been able to see that even. And one problem I had with that,
didn't they not play together?
not a lot, maybe 2-3 games.
As in like to
There's
build
always
a
been
relationship.
injuries, yeah.
I mean,
They don't probably know each other's first names.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a while, it's taken a while for them to acclimatize.
Yeah.
And it's worrying. It is worrying.
You know what I would say though is, you know how you said there that you lot have taken an approach of let's think defensively first, be secure first at the back, and then we can like think going forward.
Yeah.
Only issue for me with that is you don't have a clinical striker. If you had a clinical striker, that's fine. Create, let's say for instance, defend really well, create 1 or 2 chances, you're scoring. You're going to win the game. But you don't have that. So you kind of needed the, I wouldn't call it chaos, the way you attack. But like, you know, how you said the high-flying wingers.
Explosive.
Yeah, the explosive.
Blow teams at the park
so
first 20 minutes.
So you lot were creating the chances and you would score more because you're creating more. But the problem is now that you lot are being a little bit more reserved, when you lot do, you're creating fewer chances. Yeah. Like you said, like there was a stat you told me, something along the lines of that most of your goals are coming from corners.
The majority, a large percentage, I think it's 43% of our goals will come from corners this season.
And that's telling me that you lot are not creating as many chances as last year, which means that you lot need a clinical striker if you're going to play this method of football. And the problem with that is it'll be your Achilles heel again. If that's how you lot are going to go on, it will be your Achilles heel.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
But is Arteta playing like this? Like, because I don't watch that many Arsenal games because of work, whatever reasons. Is Arteta playing like this in all games, or is this in certain games?
Because when it comes to the Champions League,
he's let the shackles loose a little bit, innit? Yeah,
we look like a completely different side, but we're more expansive. This season, to be honest with you, when it comes to a league game, I'm expecting the slow, methodical approach, almost as we've spoken about before, the heavyweight boxing match where let's just jab, get behind the jab, proper way, and the team will knacker themselves out. 70th, 80th minute, we'll grab the goals. But when it comes to the other situation where in Champions League games, we're beating Sevilla away from home, we're scoring 3 goals.
Is it the same personnel?
Near enough, yes. But the issue is, I think there's the shackles off less. With Europe, it's more end-to-end, more NBA basketball style. Premier League is a lot more tight, I'd imagine. The Premier League teams understand Arsenal's philosophies better, so it's more predictable for them, better to read. With Champions League, I guess teams they're going from a league game to Champions League. It's hard to balance between the both. But we smashed PSV 4-0. We've scored goals against Sevilla.
Who are a good team.
Sevilla are a very good
Champions
team.
League team, they're not so good, but Europa League.
I would have expected when we were drawn into that group, we would have maybe lost 1 game against Sevilla. We've beaten them at home and away. With a Sergio Ramos. I know he's old, but Arsenal, when they play up against players like that elite bracket, they tend to fumble.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
because you've got players like Declan in that team that allow that, William Saliba and stuff like that.
So that's a problem there in itself. We're playing differently. It's like, as you said, even away from home, we're better away from home than we are at home, I believe. But that may be a fan issue that I've gone on about for time after time. Arsenal send me some tickets, I'll get that stadium jumping. Anyway, another problem with us currently is, on top of the fact Zinchenko was so pivotal last season, being that inverted left back, controlling games for the majority of play, he's been disappointing this season. He's been nowhere near the same. So his lack of play in the middle of the park he's been quite scruffy of play, careless.
Is that him playing like that, or is that instructions from Arteta? Not the careless and with the ball and stuff, but as in like to be, you know how instrumental he was. Is that the style of play? Is that from Arteta, or is that him?
Zinchenko's role, I think, is near enough the same as it was last year, Zabe. It was
so then it has to be him. He's not cutting it. He's not cutting it as what he was.
Tomiyasu's been replacing him for a lot of games, and I've loved Tomiyasu bombing on the left hand side, but it's just not natural to see.
Of course,
I prefer a tucked in left back doing that inverted role. So we've lost that key component, because last year when Arsenal first introduced it, it took the league by storm. Yes, City's done it previously, but to see another team do it, and a young team, a young manager, it was amazing to see. So that's been taken away this season.
A breath of fresh air.
It was a breath of fresh air. Another issue in the middle of the park again, Martin Odegaard. Last season, he was our chief creator, or orchestrator in the middle of the park, also grabbed important goals. This season, it's almost as if he's thought, okay, I need to score the same amount of goals as I did last year. I'm telling you from now, Odegaard, you're not going to get the same amount of goals. That was a record-breaking year for a goal scoring midfielder last year.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the numbers again.
Yeah.
So he's coming to the point where whenever he gets close into the box on the edge of the area, he's going for a shot, and they're just straight. He's just shooting anyone whenever he can. Shoot on sight. That's not his game. There is a time and place.
Of course.
I mean, you're just swinging your left foot at it. Have a bit of calm, a bit of composure. Look at the players around you. You make players around you better. Don't just think I have to score. We have goal scorers around you. We've brought in Havertz. We have Saka. We have Martinelli. We've got Jesus, Trossard. We have goal scorers. You just create. Don't aim to think I have to score 15 league goals this season.
Put it in your head. Let me create 20,
exactly.
25.
That's your primary role.
Yeah, put it as that's your primary role is to assist. Yeah.
So we're having issues in that. So that's why I think maybe the fluidity isn't the same. Defense, I said I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Another issue maybe in defense we should touch on is the goalkeeping aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Even we've seen today, pretty good topic that we're talking about now. Ramsdale's dad came out today in an interview on a podcast.
I saw that. Oh my gosh.
Ramsdale's father, you're more than welcome to join us here. We'll give you some tea, coffee, whatever you need, make water, food, home cooking, the best from North Africa. We got you. Anyway, he came out expressing Ramsdale's disappointment. So it's more of the Maguire situation. Maguire's mum came out. Now Ramsdale's dad's coming out for Ramsdale.
Yeah.
I have nothing against that. I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather your dad didn't come out and defend you. But his dad came out and said, Ramsdale hasn't been given a definitive reason to why he's not playing. Arteta apparently has said, there is no number one. You haven't been replaced. But actions speak louder than words.
100%.
When Reyes made clanger after clanger after clanger.
And he's not been dropped.
And he's not been dropped. But yet Ramsdale hasn't made a mistake this season, yet he was dropped for no reason.
Yeah, I saw today, though, that video that even on a podcast with Ian Wright with Ramsdale. And he should never have done that as well. He come out and he said that I lapse in concentration, so I get involved with fans, banter, etc. for 2 to 3 minutes, and it gives me an extra 15 minutes of full concentration. Bro, you don't say things like that, bro. Keep that stuff to yourself, bro. If you're going to say it to Ian, like, say it to him off camera as well. Don't bloody say it on camera.
I don't know if you saw with that clip. I'm going to definitely put it into video.
Yeah.
At the same time, they're playing in the background. It was, I think Tottenham were on the ball. Ramsdale is looking down at the ground.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. There's a bird. There's a bird on the pitch. He's been distracted by a bird.
Yeah.
40 seconds later, Tottenham scored.
He has ADHD, bro. Maybe he has ADHD.
And how the hell are you a goalkeeper with ADHD?
Yeah, maybe that's why.
You know what? Barthez definitely had ADHD. So you know what? Maybe it's a keeper thing.
Yeah.
So that keeper situation itself has caused a bit of an uproar with the fans and confusion with the team in itself. Because as a defender, I'm not saying I've ever played at an elite level. Yeah. You've played at a high level than I have. Yeah. You like to have a sense of familiarity around you. Of course, yeah. Know who your keeper is, your left back, your right back, your centre back partner.
Because you learn how they play and everything like that. And
it becomes second nature.
Yeah.
So that's another issue. It was at the start of the season, I wasn't buying into the whole media's talk about it. Oh, Arteta's creating problems. I agreed with Arteta. Let's upgrade every position. However, at this point, it could come back to again bite us on the bum cheeks.
Yeah. You know, against Newcastle, it was a foul. Let's just talk about the goal.
100%.
Yeah, it was a foul. The push, yeah. But Raya should have dealt with it, yeah. So that's one. Against Chelsea, the Mudryk one, Raya should not be getting caught out. So you dropped 2 points against Chelsea, yeah, because you drew that game. Yeah, you clawed it back. Well done.
Yeah.
But against Newcastle, you lost all 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's already 5 points now that you've dropped because of a goalkeeper. Obviously, there was other reasons why. Maybe you don't ever created enough. Maybe, but directly, the first thing you need to do is don't let nothing inside your goal.
Don't shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah. Don't let nothing in your. And that's where Raya, a couple of mistakes here and there, and it's cost you lot. Yeah, man.
It has.
It's cost you lot dearly. I don't know how you lot. What was the score against Fulham? You lot drew
1-1, 2-2.
Yeah, I don't know if he was at fault there or not, but it's 5 points is a lot of points.
He gave also,
in the Premier League season 5 points. In the
Champions League when we lost to
Lens. Yeah,
he was at fault for one of the goals there.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be honest with you. It's so you can't. 5 points is a lot of points in Premier League football. So it's a lot,
especially how it is this year.
It's going to be very tight this year. So you really and truly, let's just say for hypothetically speaking, you lot picked up 5 points extra. You lot be sitting top of the league right now.
Yep.
So yeah, man, Arteta's got to get that right, and he's got. But who do you trust though? Because if now you're saying that Ramsdale has this lapse in concentration, can you ever trust him again?
I don't want to say what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it. I don't trust.
Don't say it.
I don't trust either of them.
So what, you're saying go sign another goalkeeper?
No, the thing is, I think they are both number one goalkeepers in the Premier League. I'll get that right with you.
For whatever team, yeah.
For whatever team is the Premier League, you will start. However, their confidence has been hit and put back so much because you're playing Raya in goal, who's having stinker after stinker, so his confidence is naturally going to lower, and we've seen that in the matches. You've got a player who you've done. It's not even addition by subtraction. You've taken a player out, and that's just nullified his confidence. So even when you bring Ramsdale back in, he's a shell of himself.
It's like Mount situation. You've taken him out of the, and
but
for what reason? Yeah.
And as we said, his dad's come out and expressed the same thing. So it's not a fans making rumors. It's fact.
Yeah.
So it comes to a point of you originally had 2 number 1s at the start of the season. You now have 2 number 2s. How they're currently playing anyway.
Do you think a manager has the has to explain his reasons why he's dropped a player? To a player,
No,
do you think he has the right to not say anything, or do you think he should explain it to them?
Not to the fans. We're just
not to the fans.
No,
I'm talking about to the player.
Yes. If you're a good man management, you tell me you'll play on merit. If I'm seeing a player in my position having stinker after stinker, and I'm still not getting a look in, I'm knocking on the door.
Yeah.
And it gets to a point. Southgate's come out. He's here because of stirring the pot as well. Oh, if Ramsdale isn't playing for Arsenal, I don't know if I can pick him. Say the same thing about Jordan flipping Henderson, man, mate. Like, what are you on about?
Phillips.
Jordan Henderson, Phillips.
Maguire.
But when it comes to an Arsenal player and our goalkeeper,
remember I said it.
Maguire's playing.
You know my team. You remember my team when I put Maguire in? I said
he's gonna get in. He is. He's forgotten about now. So, Stones Maguire.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
But so that's the problem. There's a few. I'm happy with Arsenal.
Yeah.
Bringing back a bigger picture. I am happy with us. I feel more solid. I believe we are going to win games. It may not be as pretty.
Yeah.
But that could be worked on with time to spare.
How many times have United? I'm talking about United. Won the league where it's not been pretty.
Tons.
100.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a successful team. When you're playing bad, pick up the results. Keep picking up points. You ain't got nothing to. As in, like, no one's gonna remember. But you lot played poor that season.
Yeah.
All they're gonna remember is you won the trophy.
But poor performances can come back to bite you.
100%. That has to be worked on.
Get used to 100%.
This can only go on a certain amount of time before it starts to bite you in the. You know.
Yeah.
But so at the moment, I don't think you need to worry too much about it. Obviously, it can be a concern, but you don't have to worry about it. I think you lot will get it right. I think in January, you lot need to invest.
Yeah. And
when I say invest, I don't mean like spend recklessly, like what with stupidness that we do. I think smart signings. Maybe buy a. This is where you lot have got good sporting directors. You lot can find a number 8 on the cheap. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That can help. That can be there. But then your money needs to go towards a striker, in my opinion.
You say another number 8. I'll be honest with you right now. We spoke about cutting losses of United players. If you told me
sell Havertz,
we'll give you 25 million for Havertz in January, I'll drive him to the airport.
Bro.
I'll drive him to the airport.
Bro.
I'll steal your car. I'll drive him to the airport.
I was going to say, one car. I'll steal your car.
You'll see me in the early morning, just gone. Heathrow, Havertz, let's go, my bro. Love and leave you. Take care. It's worrying because I don't want this to be a season where little minuscule things are the reason we don't win the league. And that gives other teams another season to improve. We're seeing Liverpool right now. They are on our heels.
Yeah, it's like what you said. It's like when a top club is got to the highest of their level. Say for instance, like you said to me for like Liverpool, when Liverpool are the highest, they only won 1 league and 1 Champions League.
Yeah.
And now look, they have had to do a whole rebuild. So now with you lot, you're saying when you lot are playing at this level, you need to grab a title within the next couple of years before your rebuild has to start again.
Otherwise,
I know you got a young team, but
these young players are going to get hungry. Say in 2 years' time, Arsenal start to win a league. Martinez is going to be
they're going to look at the City team. They're going to look at Madrid. They're going to look at Barca. Barca looking to improve. So these players, they will.
Because we're in a state right now where there's major clubs in the world struggling financially.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, for example, waiting on a specific player and Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
There's openings. This could be the one. It's the gap year in football where not everyone is at it.
Yeah.
You can take your chance. Yeah. You can go far.
It was the Leicester.
It was the
similar to what Leicester won the league.
And
very similar.
I'm not saying we're going to win the Champions League, but this could be a good season to
impose
ourselves in the tournament.
Yeah, let's see how far we can go.
Get that confidence. Let's see how far we can go.
Yeah.
And then build on that.
Yeah.
if we fall short in the Champions League, exiting around the 16 quarterfinals, what players are going to want to come to us in the summer if we haven't got a title to show for anything?
I feel like your project is still good, so you lot will still be able to attract some players.
We will. Don't get it wrong.
Your project looks good. Yeah, your project looks good.
We need to capitalize on these chances and opportunities that we're facing because we've seen how quickly football can change.
100%.
1 minute United are contenders, the next they're in 8th position. 1 minute Arsenal in Champions League, the next they're in 8th position. 1 minute Chelsea winning Premier League, Champions League, now they're struggling 10th. Up in 10th. Yeah. Football it changes overnight.
Yeah, it's a click of the fingers. Yeah.
So it's just, I want us to capitalize on these opportunities, take our chances on and off the pitch. Take the chances in front of goal. Take the chances if you've got a player that wants to come in on the cheap or a bit more pricey, grab him.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it on this note as well in terms of, we've spoken about Arsenal needing a striker. If it's true that Ivan Toney's been quoted at 100 million.
Leave it out.
Leave it out.
Leave it
Leave
out.
it.
100 million, no
Drop
way.
me out. Drop me out. I'm happy. Get another winger to help Saka out.
The most I'll pay for Tony, 40 million. 35 to 40 million.
That's you're moving a bit mad.
But
40 million.
Current market.
But his contract doesn't expire next summer, does it? He's still got a couple of years.
Yeah, that's why it's more expensive.
40 million. I'm saying the price we paid for Havertz is reasonable for Ivan Toney. 40 million for Ivan Toney is a steal, Hardy.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's a steal.
But what, you think he's worth more right now?
He's worth 60.
I know he's worth whatever Brentford want him to be worth.
Oh, you think because of what's going on?
Everything, yeah, that's why I feel like 40
I still think
million.
40 million is on a cheap. But you're saying 40.
Yeah.
They're quoting 100.
Yeah, that's mad.
Osimhen, I know, is probably 150, but I'd rather wait. Because I don't want us to then invest in a 27-year-old, going to be turning 28, 100 million. That means we're not going to have a lot of wiggle room for other signings that we still do need. A centre mid, another winger. That's about it, really. We don't need too much. But say, okay, we buy Ivan Toney. That doesn't solve our issues. We need more still. We need still more wingers. We need another midfielder. Yeah. And who's to say that he's going to take us to glory?
That's true.
He's a good player.
Last year, did you make any signings in January? You had the Jorginho.
Trossard.
And Jorginho.
Jorginho, yeah.
2. Are you lot known
we tried to get Caicedo as well.
Are you lot known for your January transfers?
No, but we weren't known for transfers full stop over the last couple of years. We all remember only signing Czech in one of the windows when we finished second the year before.
Yeah.
So I'm used to the Arsenal fan waiting around 11:59 on transfer deadline day and not having a single person through the door.
Yeah.
Things have changed in previous years. We've seen a massive shift in players coming and going. The last 2 summer windows, I think we've been the most active team in the world. So things have changed in that department. The signing of Trossard in January when we wanted Mudryk, there was an issue in terms of we're not getting our plan A's, we're getting our plan B's, but that seems to have worked for us in the long haul anyway.
Yeah.
When it comes to overall picture, back to, as we said, it's back to school. We're grading the clubs. This season, I expected Arsenal to be taken to the next level, to brush aside the smaller teams, to be just take our foot off the pedal.
So what? Give me your mock. What was your mock test results?
I predicted.
What's happened? No, forget you predicted. What's your mock test results right now? Where are you at?
A B-.
You're a B-.
C+.
Pick one. Don't.
B-. I'll take a B-.
You're a B-.
Yeah.
So you're at where I want to be at. And you made it sound so negative. You're at where I want to be at, and you're saying...
I'm sorry, I might have come across a bit more... It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Overall, I am very happy with the Arsenal situation at the moment. I want to make that clear.
Of course, this is
the best we've been since the Invincibles.
Yeah.
Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
However, there are small margins. Yeah. I'm one of the lucky few to see Arsenal lift trophies, be contenders, compete every single year.
Yeah.
It's been 16, 17 years of none of that. The laughing stock. 7-5s against Reading, losing in cup finals against Birmingham City.
8-2s.
I've been there, 8-2s. I was in your house on Ramadan. We were fasting, my brother. And I'm there. It was carnival. Yeah. I'm being a good Muslim. We are sitting here. We were just watching the football. Brothers were praying. It was a beautiful day until kickoff. 8-2, it ends up with Wenger doing this. Where do I stand?
You've been through it.
I've been through it. Yeah. 5-1s, 10-2s against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Baku against Chelsea, 5-1, drumming.
Yeah.
I've been there, bro.
Yeah.
So we're at a stage where I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But I know we still need a little bit more to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So right now I'd say we're a B-.
Yeah, and you want to be? Where do you think you're predicted? What do you think's gonna happen? Where do you think you're gonna be?
Where do I think we'll end up?
Yeah. So, are you winning? Are you gonna win the league this year?
Honestly, I'm gonna say this. I think overall, we're gonna end up a B plus, and we're gonna finish second, third.
So you think you're just literally gonna improve a tiny bit, and that's it?
Yeah. And the points, we may not even attain same amount of points as we did last year.
Nah, that doesn't matter though. What I want to say is, so you don't think you can win the league this year? Now, obviously,
we can.
But you don't
we going to?
Yeah.
No. And that's not an Arsenal problem. We've got a juggernaut with Pep Guardiola.
Oh, so you think City are going to win it?
They're the most dominant team we've ever come across. And we're just lucky enough to be here with them.
Do you think you're going to finish second then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who's your top four?
Toss up is Arsenal, Liverpool second and third, but I'll back Arsenal right now.
And you don't think Liverpool can go the whole way yet? They're not ready?
No. I don't think they're going to win a title.
All right.
If they win a title this season, we'll quit this and we'll never do this again. I don't see it happening. If they do, that'll be crazy.
Yeah.
Darwin News is starting to find a little groove, but it's too little too soon. I think it's just not yet. Maybe next year.
All right. I hear you.
So you're
a B minus and you think you're going to get to B plus.
Yeah, I think we're end up second.
Remember I said to you though, if you're title challenging all the way, you have to be an A star. A star is the champions, obviously, if you feel, and A is a challenger.
The only reason why I may come across as negative is because the performances.
I hate you.
That is a cause for concern.
Nah, my performances are you, bro. so you know.
But of course, with us, that's the problem, because if it wasn't such a strong City team, I wouldn't be as picky as I have been with, for example, the sound for today's episode. I'm picky with how Arsenal are playing, how we're getting results. I wouldn't care. But who we're up against is a side where you make a single mistake,
you've got to be near enough perfect, isn't it? You've got to be near enough perfect.
And we saw the last season, we were about nearly perfect, but still didn't get us over the line. And by the end of the season, we were like 5-6 points behind City. And let's keep it real. They rested for the last 2-3 games. They could have got over to a 95, 100 points at the end of it.
And you got to remember as well, they've also got Kevin De Bruyne to come back. So
that's the big elephant in the room. Stones, they have John Stones and Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne, the best player arguably ever.
Yeah, their best player ever. 100%. Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know about 100%. We've got Yaya and David Silva in there. Aguero, you could say. Company.
De Bruyne got them the Champions League, even though he bottled it and got
Twice
injured.
Twice came off. His luck's bad. But if he used to come back in February, that is the most scariest thing in football.
Yeah. Because team that's already firing.
Exactly. Haaland, that will improve Haaland by at least
100%.
10.
Haaland, even though he scored so many, he's not been the same Haaland as last year.
You can see he's missing
he's missing De Bruyne. Yeah.
So Arsenal overall right now, I'll grade it a B minus. What I expect, a B plus.
Okay, so if hypothetically speaking, you lot end up at a B plus. I didn't specify minus or plus yet, and I think United will get to a B. Yeah, does that mean that we're on the same boat?
No.
Like if that actually happens,
just B minus, B plus.
If it actually happens,
there's still grades. It's still a bit higher, a bit lower. I want to say A minus. I would look to see for A minus, but that depends if we go far in the Champions League as well. And I think, you know what? A minus.
A minus.
Well, because Champions League,
I would A. They don't call it minus.
Arsenal are going to get to the quarterfinals, semi-finals of the Champions League.
Yeah.
First or second in the Premier League.
That's not bad.
That's
not
bad.
That's a good season.
Exactly.
It's a very good season.
But it's going to come to a point where Arsenal need to win trophies.
Yeah, but then that's all about like for summer. If you lot don't win it and you come very close again, and it's all about personnel.
Yeah,
it's who's that player that gets you over the line, and that's when you have to be very critical on who you're bringing in. You have to be very, I don't know, it's adventurous as well. You've got to take a risk who you're going to sign and think, you know what, this person's getting me over the line. So we'll see how that goes.
Bringing Chiesa. I've been saying this from day one. Just bringing Chiesa, throw him on the wing. But this has been the first. What is the second episode now? Hopefully you've seen the first one of grading Manchester United. This has been grading Arsenal. We'll be back soon, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for tuning in.
Before we cut out, he said United and Arsenal are going to finish on the same grade. So love and guidance.
Love and peace.